What's up, guys? It's Aiden / just Aiden here to talk today, not about this trombone at all. Even though I did get it worked on, I think I already talked about that. Whatever, doesn't matter. I'm trying to be more honest, mainly with myself and by proxy, you guys, about instruments that I get. So I have this habit of getting an instrument and going, wow, it's amazing, and then selling it in like 3 weeks. I'm sure you guys have noticed as you've gone through my dozens of trombones. And so I'm trying to think a little more critically about what I like and don't like about the instruments that I pick up to use. This one I don't really have a choice in, so I don't have to think about it very much. I kind of go, well, it's got some good things, it's got some bad things. Don't care. I'm going to keep using it because it's actually quite good enough. I kind of like this instrument, actually. Put that down. That's kind of why I finally was critical about this, and you know, I'm actually practicing it today and it feels pretty good, but still those things that I don't really like. Been playing my contra today too. Oh god, it's big. Still things I don't like about this, but again, it's kind of like my other bass. There's not really much I can do about it. I'm not going to spend $18,000 on a leash like I'd want. So I'm just going to be happy with it and survive. But I can be a little more picky about, especially my normal trombones, my B-flat trombones. This one's a little expensive to get worked on, get new stuff for. I will get stuff worked on for this. But tenors are cheap. So if I don't like something, there's no reason for me to keep using it. I can trade things in and out, get new stuff, whatever. So let's talk about my 2 tenor trombones. So far, until right now, I'm digging them a lot, honestly. There's not many things that I don't like about them, but let's go over those things that I don't like. So the 3B, I've been playing it a lot. The last 3 weeks I've been doing a lot of tenor playing. I've been so busy I haven't really made videos, and all of that has basically been on tenor. So I have lots of time on the 3B, lots of time on the A47. Problems I've run into with the 3B are the high range gets a little reachy for me, and I'm like 85% sure that's me. As per usual, if I run into a problem with an instrument, mouthpiece, any kind of equipment, I always blame myself first and try and iron out those problems, and if the problems persist, even though I feel like I'm getting way better, maybe I'll play another instrument or another piece of equipment and things are like, whoa, that's way easier than it was on the other instrument. Why is that? I always try and iron myself out first. So in this case, I don't think I've had enough time to really blame the instrument for the high range. I actually think it's really good in the high range because sometimes I can just wail up there and it feels great and I can play loud and use vibrato and stuff. So I think that was me. Otherwise, honestly, I have not run into anything with the 3B. The slide is great. It's got some dings and stuff, but it just works great, and I need to use 6th and 7th a lot at work on that instrument. And even if the slide is like a little, like if I'm like all the way through a day of work and I've played it a bunch, it still works out there. So right now I have basically no cons about the 3B. And I'm like really racking my brain. I'm like, what do I not like about it? And like everything that I come up with is a problem with me because I'm not using enough air, or you know, I'm trying to force things to happen, whatever it is. So I think I have a lot of room to grow in the small trombone department. So maybe at some point, this is where the 3B is and this is where I am. Maybe at some point I surpass it and I want something else. I have a feeling that's not going to happen, at least for a while, if ever. So 3B, right now, midterm review time, trying to be honest, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I like it a lot. A47. Also really good. I've been playing a lot on that. I'm doing an opera right now on it. I've been teaching with it a lot. And I've really ironed out a lot of the problems that I thought I had with it. One of the problems that I thought I had was the low range. The horn is really open, and if I play it like I play my bass, the low range doesn't really work. It's hard to center. I play stuff really flat with a bad sound. But I've had that problem on all of my previous large tenors too, so I think that's pretty much me. And I've made it a lot better by really relaxing, doing long tones, doing stuff with drones, just trying to make the best sound down there possible. And guess what? It works. So I don't know if it's my favorite horn to play low. I just played a friend's Greenho it feels like it's not quite as easy, but it has a little more oomph to the sound down there. So I don't think it's 100% there, but for my purposes, it's pretty great. The other issue I have with that is mouthpiece pickiness. It's really picky about what I put in it. Usually I play large tenor with my Greg Black New York 1.5s. For some reason I have two of these. I literally did not know I had two of these. I usually play with these, and I really like these, but they do not work in that horn at all. The horn is built very open, and the Lessie horns, which these are made for, are not. Those are not super open instruments. They have a little resistance in the lead pipe and the valve and stuff. And this horn kind of just doesn't have any resistance anywhere, to my chops anyway. So if I use this, the whole horn is just way too open. I can't center anything. It's hard to articulate. The ranges all get a lot smaller. So I'm using different mouthpieces. I've found some. I kind of hate, I know I get a lot of new stuff. I don't like having to get new stuff. I like getting stuff because I can. I don't like being forced to search for a mouthpiece or whatever, like my last search for this contra mouthpiece, or the long search for these bass mouthpieces that I use now. I love just using the same thing for a long time and getting better at it. I know that sounds weird coming from me who gets new stuff all the time, but I really don't like to have to get new stuff. I like to pick up stuff that's besides the stuff I have to try it out and do different things. But the main instruments that I use, small tenor, large tenor, bass, contra, euphonium, etc., the ones that I just kind of use all the time, I like those to just be set. And so having to search for new mouthpieces for this A47, a little annoying. I hate going down that road again. But I found a Hammond that really works, the 10MXL, and a 3G that is awesome. That's being lent out, but I have another one on the way. Hopefully that'll work too. We'll see. Just stuff with a lot smaller throats really works a lot better because it just kind of balances out the whole instrument. So honestly, those are my only quibbles I have with those instruments at all. They're both really fun to play. Like, I like practicing them, which is a huge thing. Sometimes I'll get an instrument and be like, wow, this is pretty good, and then I just kind of don't want to get it out because there's something about it that throws me off just a little bit. Like maybe the valve is just a little sluggish sometimes, and I just know that I'm going to press it and it's going to stop halfway, or it doesn't feel good to hold in the hands and it just feels like it's too thin and spindly. This horn actually, I don't mind playing it, but I don't like to practice it a lot because the ergonomics are terrible, and there's some things about it that I know will kind of annoy me, and so I don't spend a lot of time on this instrument except for when I have to, and that's kind of a big deal. Like, if you want to get better at something, you should probably spend some time on it, right? And both of these horns, I really like to get out and just do fundamentals and just, it feels so good to play. So that's a big thing for me. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm talking about. I'm trying to be more honest with myself and you guys about stuff I get, and hopefully find the right things. See you guys next time.